Washed Up Sports Podcast.
Washed Up Sports Podcast.
The Washed Up Sports Podcast. What's going on? What's going on?
What's going on?
What's going on?
What's going on?
What's going on?
What's going on?
What's going on? What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a Washed Up Sports Podcast. This is episode 29. My name is Evan Klein, and I am glad to be joined alongside my co-host, Max Lindley, who's flailing his arms like a freaking idiot.
I'm glad to be freaking back, Ev. I'm glad to be back.
It's good to be back for sure. Little hiatus. Things have been crazy this summer, but we're back and we're here to stay.
We're here to stay. Absolutely. We got some other stuff coming up too that you guys will not want to miss. So absolutely, before anything, hit that subscribe button. So you're subscribed and you stay up to date with everything that's going on with the podcast. Additionally, check out that link in bio. We just did a feature episode with the Next Woman Up podcast. Not sure when that's dropping, but we will link that down in the bio.
Right.
Check that out.
We went on to their show, good friends of the program, Talk a Little Shop.
Yeah, talk some shop. Great way to put it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. It was fun. Definitely fun. So definitely check that out.
Good times. So with that being said, though, today's episode is brought to you by The Daily Scoop.
The one and only.
The Daily Scoop is the premier dog walking and pet sitting service in Bergen County, located in Glen Rock. The Daily Scoop provides service not only to Glen Rock, but to several surrounding towns as well. They ensure that you are getting the best possible care for your pets while you cannot be with them. From the simple dog walk to daycare, at The Daily Scoop, they have you covered. And if you need to leave town to visit your family for the weekend, have no fear. The Daily Scoop offers pet sitting services as well. Inquire for more at www.thedailyscoop.com. That's scoop with a K at www.thedailyscoop.com. And here's Max with their Instagram.
The Daily Scoop LLC.
Fantastic. So
check them out.
We're gonna dive right in.
Let's,
as they might say,
as they do say,
to the Stanley Cup. So
Lord Stanley's Cup.
Right. So today's Tuesday.
Yep.
Game 1 was Monday.
Yep.
Game 2 coming up, but we only have Game 1 to talk about.
Yep.
So just talking about Game 1, I want to talk about
Kucherov,
who had 2 goals and 3 points.
So an assist, 2 goals and an apple. He played really well.
Apple.
Get used to the lingo.
I love that. I love that. I love that shit.
He had 2 goals and an apple, and he played really well. I'm not the biggest fan of Kucherov, but he is such a good player.
He's
such a filthy player.
Yeah.
Stamkos had a point too, right?
Yeah. First goal of the Cup Series.
Yeah. There you go. I know he had one against the Islanders.
For the veteran guy, Steven Stamkos.
Yeah. For Steve Stamkos, who sat out the whole year and then conveniently can come back right before the Stanley Cup playoffs begins. That guy.
You definitely hate that guy, right?
Not a fan whatsoever.
He's great.
He's filthy.
Oh,
he's filthy.
Great career.
He's one of the best players of our generation. But what he's doing right now and what the Lightning are doing is cheating.
Right.
We'll move on.
Max
I digress. The Canadians only got 19 shots, and as you were saying, and as I pointed out, that's like what the Devils get during the regular season. So like, what do the Canadians?
The Devils aren't in the Stanley Cup, Max.
Exactly. So what do the Canadians need to do to not look like the fucking Devils in the Stanley Cup playoffs? Finals. Jesus.
What? Well, is it? Do you think it's the D on Tampa that's the defense? Is it that good, or was the offense just struggling like that?
D on Tampa. I think the D on Tampa is more offense driven than.
No, you're right.
Their defense. Their defense is really Vazzy. You know, they rely on Vasilevsky for play well. So as long as he's on his A game, I don't see the Lightning losing.
Repeat.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Repeat.
I mean, this is really just a fucking horrible series for me as a Bruins fan. It's a lose-lose situation. I don't want to see the Canadians win, but I definitely don't want to see the Lightning win. And even if the Islanders had made it, I wouldn't have wanted to see the Islanders win. I mean, a little bit of me would have, because, we're close to New York, but no. This has been horrible. Horrible.
I want the Habs to win. But
so do I.
It just
not going to happen.
It doesn't seem likely.
Yeah. So that's where we're at with the Stanley Cup playoffs.
But don't count them out until it's not over till it's over.
Yeah.
You never know.
Always got to say that.
I've seen crazier stuff happen.
I mean, hockey is the sport where teams come back from 3-0. You know.
Yeah.
It's not basketball where that's never happening. You know.
Right.
So we will see.
Right. When they talk about LeBron with the Cavs, it's 3-1.
It's 3-1, not 3-0.
You know,
Multiple teams have
Steph,
come back in the NHL from 3-0.
Steph blew the 3-1 lead.
He did.
Sorry, I bumped your chair.
You're good. You're good.
Just got excited.
It's all right, pal.
You know?
All right, so that's where we're at with the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah, it's
Hopefully,
exciting.
I mean, actually, I would like to just touch on Carey Price.
He's God.
Basically, he's been playing outstanding, and even letting up five goals in the first game, they weren't really his fault.
Yeah, I don't put that
You
on
can't
him at
fault
all.
him. He really is just doesn't have anybody in front of him.
Yeah,
He has Shea Weber, on D, but
guy's such a
Shea Weber,
beast though.
he's good.
He's
It's
old,
just like,
but he's
he's like old reliable.
his slap shot is different.
Oh yeah,
It's just a cannon.
moving different.
Yeah, it's a cannonball.
Yeah.
But talk about hockey. Our guest today is a hockey themed guest.
Well, he's a hockey player, Evan.
Right. I don't know why I said that. He's a hockey player. He's David Hymovitch.
And he's committed
to Quinnipiac
University.
People think college hockey. What do you think? Oh, Quinnipiac. Well, guess what? He's committed there.
Yeah, absolutely. Currently a forward for the Muskegon Jacks in the USHL. So,
A lot of people might not know what that means, but it sounds impressive.
yeah, it's a good team.
And it is impressive.
So we got we were fortunate enough to talk to him.
We were.
So why don't you guys check out that interview right now?
We are now happy to be joined by David Hymovitch, Quinnipiac hockey commit. David, what's going on, man?
Nothing much. Happy to be here.
Appreciate you coming on.
All right, so let's just get right into it. You started high school in New Jersey, Glen Rock High School, coming over all the way from Arizona. Tell us a little why hockey players move around like that. And was that a challenging experience for you moving from like a new place to a new high school for a new team, whatever it may be?
Yeah, I mean, most hockey players move around just depending on their circumstance. For me, in Arizona at the time, we weren't really playing a lot of good teams in the East Coast. It's a lot better competition, a lot better players. So I moved out there. It was also my WHL draft year, so I wanted more exposure. And New Jersey reached out to me, and obviously Clover to go play there, and it was a great opportunity. So I went there, and I knew I was going to get better, a lot better development, and play a lot better competition, get a lot better. And to be honest, the move wasn't that hard. I mean, obviously, Glen Rock was a great spot, made it really easy, and my team was really good, and the people there were really good. So made the transition pretty smooth.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, David, you've played hockey all over the country, Arizona to Michigan, New Jersey, so on. Do you have a favorite place that you've played so far? Maybe a favorite stadium or team?
Favorite team was probably either the 14 Avs or the Glen Rock team or
Hey.
16 New Coyote
Love
team.
it.
I mean, high school hockey was different for me. That was obviously freshman year. That's the only year I played high school hockey. So that was fun. Favorite stadium, probably here in Arizona, the Ice Den, just because that's where I've played the most hockey. Like, most comfortable on that rink and practicing on that rink all the time. So definitely the Ice Den.
Gotcha. So you're on September 19th in 2019, you committed to Quinnipiac to play hockey there. On Twitter, what went into that decision, and were there any other schools you were looking at or that were communicating with you? What really went into that? Can you walk us through that?
Yeah, so actually I wasn't very heavily recruited early on in youth hockey, and then I had a pretty good national camp that summer, and I started talking to quite a few schools, and Quinnipiac wanted me the most. They text me a lot, talk to me a lot. Once I became eligible for all that stuff, like August 1st, schools could start offering me. And I visited one other school, and Quinnipiac was actually my second visit. And I had a couple other schools I was going to visit after that. And I went on campus at Quinnipiac and fell in love on campus, loved the coaching staff. And I spent a little time talking to their players, and past alumni, and it just felt like the best fit for me. And I knew like right after my visit, I was committing there. And I think it was maybe 2 months after my visit, or 1 month later, I just announced it publicly. It was awesome, great feeling.
Yeah, very exciting.
So you're currently playing for the Muskegon Lumberjacks USHL. So why do highly recruited hockey players end up playing in the USHL, OHL, and so on? Sometimes would play before, playing collegiate hockey or going on to that next level.
Yeah, it's a good lead way to college hockey. Obviously, the difference between the USHL and the other minor pro leagues like the CHL, WHL, QMJHL, and OHLs, those leagues you can get paid, and then USHL is a spot to go where you keep your eligibility. You're not paid, and it's USHL is the most premier league in the USA, but you still get guys. You still get guys actually that go there that aren't going to play college. It's just a high level of competition. You're playing with the best of the best at your age, and just a great league to develop in and get better and show yourself off to NHL scouts, college scouts, and other minor pro leagues.
What I'm wondering is, so do kids like in USHL, do some of them go straight to getting drafted or getting drafted while they're on the team, or like just most of them just go on to college?
Yeah, so we actually had a kid drafted on our team this year. It usually a couple kids will play a year or two in the USHL, get drafted out of the USHL. There's kids that will play in the USHL, go to like another league, OHL, get drafted. I mean, hockey's a weird sport.
It
Like
is.
so many different routes to so many different leagues, and the USHL is just one of those. Like kids actually, it's rare, but you can get drafted out of high school, then play in the USHL, then go to college, then go pro. It's crazy. So we
That
have
is.
a couple of draft picks on our team this year, and after this season, with the draft coming up, we should have a couple kids get drafted off our team.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was doing some reading and I saw Shvetsnikov on the like on the Hurricanes, also played for Lumberjacks, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, he played there when he was like 15 and put up a point per game. He's ridiculous.
That's
That's wild.
nasty.
Yeah, he's sick.
Absolutely. So we were talking about Quinnipiac, obviously one of the higher regarded schools for hockey, and Rand Pecknold, great coach there, knows what it takes to win. Tell us about the process you went through with him specifically and what you're looking forward to about Quinnipiac.
Yeah, I think their culture there. They have a winning culture. Their record since turning D1 is ridiculous. They had like 200 something wins. And then when I visited and got to speak to him, I mean, he was just an unreal guy, and his work ethic is insane. Uh, they do a ton of development, which is huge for me because obviously I don't want college to be my last stop, and looking to go further than college, pro, and talking to him. I actually asked him, I was like, "Do you plan on being the head coach here for a little bit?" And he said he's not planning on leaving, so that was huge. Like I really want to play for him. So yeah, he's a great guy and really cares about the kids and awesome culture. Awesome.
TD Arena over there too. Nice little arena they got going.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. I liked it. It's not like too big where
Right.
you don't get many people. It looks big, like they can pack it. So it's sick.
Yeah. So, David, any idea when you are going to go to Quinnipiac, start your freshman year? How many more years of USHL are you going to play?
Well, the plan right now is next season in the USHL and then go into Quinnipiac. That's the plan right now. We'll see. Like hopefully that's what happens. It kind of just depends on how I develop and how I play next season.
Like when kids are in the USHL, are some kids like not in school while they're playing, or like it depends like how old you are really?
Yeah, so we had a couple kids not doing any school. Our team only had 2 or 3 kids in school. I did summer classes last year, so I wasn't even doing school this year. I was supposed to be a senior, but I wasn't doing school. And kids that are in school usually just do online. And the kids born in 2000 on our team, the 20-year-olds weren't in school. And yeah, so our team we had barely any students. It was crazy.
Gotcha. It's got to feel like being away from your family and like this team is all you got. It's kind of got to feel like a more pro culture, obviously, because you guys are all you have. You're not with family. You're living outside of home.
For sure, it was very pro culture, and you're at the rink every day. It don't. I mean, it's basically our job. I would get to the rink every day at like 9, and we wouldn't leave till 5, and that was like every day.
So, kind of on that note of being there all the time, hockey is one of those sports you got to be committed to the grind. So, what's kept you so committed? Why do you love the game so much?
I don't know. I just love it. I love hockey. Still have a passion. So going to the rink every day, it's not hard. It's not a task. I love going there. I love seeing all the other boys there. The teammates. My teammates were great last season. So I just haven't lost my passion and love for the game. Then obviously, like having fun is the most important part that keeps me going. And I mean, I love to do it. I love getting better, and I just love playing hockey. So it's easy.
Love it.
Yeah, I love that. What would you tell a younger guy, say a kid in high school or about to go into high school who's looking to pursue hockey at the collegiate level, maybe the D1 level or even further?
I would just say, I mean, it's a cliche. You hear it all the time, and uh, just work hard and have fun. If you're not having fun, there's no reason to do it. If it's not your passion, don't waste your time. But if you have fun doing it and you're willing to put in the work, I mean, things will work out for you. It's
I, wa-
kind of anything you do in life.
I wanted to ask, at what age did you tell yourself, like, I want to take this seriously? I want to do this for real? Like, was it always like that from the get go? Or were like in the beginning, was it just like rec hockey, having fun? Or were you always just like, this is what I want to do?
Probably when I realized it was what I wanted to do was probably actually when I moved to New Jersey, 14th year. Like I knew if my parents and my family were gonna make that sacrifice for me to move out there, like that's when I started taking a bit more serious. And like if I was gonna move states that young just for hockey, I knew I wanted to go pretty far with it. Probably yeah, 14th year, freshman year of high school.
Yeah, 14, 15.
Yeah, like you always tell yourself, like when you're a kid, anyone playing sports, like, oh, you want to go professional, you want to go pro. But that was when like I really started maturing and wanting to go far with hockey.
Yeah, no, it takes a lot of maturity, especially as like 14-year-old kid going off without your parents. Like, it's on you at that point to like make responsible decisions and like be a man at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, Lindley will tell you I was still a clown.
This kid was a child.
Like I was a clown. I still am. Like anyone on my team last year and prior years could tell you, I like to have fun in the locker room, keep it loose. Like before a game, I still have teammates yelling at me like to lock in, but I play better when I'm loose. And like,
Right.
so I'm a clown in that regard. But uh, in terms of like maturity, like coming to the rink, working away from the rink, and like getting better every day, that was there. But like, yeah, clown in the locker room.
Absolutely a clown in the locker room. Hymo was always smiling, always trying to make other people laugh. I think it definitely contributed to your game though. Like you said, like definitely helps when you play loose.
For sure.
So, I mean, when you first came to Glen Rock, I remember there was like a part of this season where were you hurt in the beginning?
There. Yeah, I hurt my groin at some point in the season.
Because I
Um,
remember you weren't playing in the beginning, and then you came in and you were really picking it up out there.
yeah, I also struggled a little bit at the start of the high school season. I don't know what it was, maybe playing older guys or just pressure wanted to play well with your classmates. Like you're around them every day, but I've gone to a little bit of a group near the end of the season.
For sure. So, like, are you in off season right now, or you're back home in Arizona, or you're still in Michigan?
I came home last week,
Okay.
and so
How'd you
back.
guys do this year?
We did pretty well. Obviously, we fell short of the Clark Cup, so a little disappointment in that regard. But we were proud of our season, and we had a pretty good season.
Gotcha. So just to kind of wrap up here, we want to hear about your personal goals in college, beyond college. David Hymovitch, what do you want to accomplish for yourself?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the ultimate goal is to play pro in the NHL. So as of right now, that's still the goal. That's still what I want to do. And yeah, have a successful college career after a year or two more in the USHL.
Love it. Max, anything to add?
I mean, David, it's awesome to keep watching you and seeing you grow, man. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks, David. Appreciate you coming on, man.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome back from the interview with David Hymovitch. Shout out to David. That was awesome. Really fun time getting to talk about your journey. Hockey as a sport. I'm a hockey guy, and I learned some things from David.
You're going to continue to learn, Ev.
You know,
You got a lot to learn still.
everything's just a learning experience, and David was what contributed to that. So shout out him
Yeah, shout out David.
and good luck
Hey,
in the future.
I
You're
was
gonna.
just about to say
he's
that.
killing it.
We're wishing you the best of luck, Hymo. Nothing but love for you. Appreciate you coming on, and
Devils could use you.
looking forward to having you on again in the future.
Yeah.
Once maybe your name gets called on a certain night.
Woo!
So thanks again, David, and let's move on, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna move on to the hardwood.
The hardwood.
The NBA. We're down to the final four. So we got Bucks, we got Hawks, we got Clippers, and we got Suns.
Yeah.
So let's just start with a little bit of the Hawks Bucks series. You got Trae Young.
Who
You know-
is the Hawks offense?
Right, it's like him, and then the supporting cast of
Yeah.
John Collins, Kevin Herter, a few other guys
Capella.
in it. Clint Capella. Yeah,
Capella's good.
yeah, he's great.
Capella's good.
Great
Yeah.
rebounding presence.
Yeah, absolutely, and he can finish down low.
Yeah.
You know?
And before I continue, I'd just like to say to everyone, I know I sound congested. I'm coming off the back end of a cold. So I just wanted to, put that out there that I am on the back end of my cold. All is well.
On the mend
I've tested negative for
everything.
for everything. For everything. And it's a cold. It's the common cold. It happens. It happens to the best of us, and it got me. It got me, and that's okay. But I'm going to bounce back better than ever. Just wanted to know I'm aware I sound stupid. So with that being said, back to the Hawks and the Bucks.
Yeah, I'm glad you pointed it out.
Yeah, I felt I needed to say something.
It's okay.
At
Yeah.
this point, my nose is stuffed. My tissues are over there. I'm not gonna be a hero and reach over there for one. I'm gonna tough this out. But
Please just reach over for one.
no, it's okay. I'm not blowing my nose on camera, Max.
Well, no, I'll edit it out, boss.
All right. Enjoy this word from our sponsor. Today's episode is in partnership with the Retro Recovery. Retro Recovery is New Jersey's #1 source for vintage clothing and 90s nostalgia. From vintage football jerseys and starter jackets for the draft to vintage baseball tees and caps for opening day, the Retro Recovery has you covered. Get you swagged out.
Hell
And
yeah.
free shipping is offered nationwide.
Hell yeah.
Woo! Shop the spring collection now at theretrorecovery.com. And if you want to save a buck, use code WASHEDUP, that's WASHEDUP, for 10% off of your order. That's code WASHEDUP at theretrorecovery.com for 10% off your order. Get your gear now. And we're back from the nose blowing.
The word from our sponsor.
Yeah, so there was the word from our sponsor. We're back. Sorry about that. I was on Bucks and Hawks. We talked about Trey's foot. It's going downhill fast for the Hawks.
We didn't talk about Trey's foot, so would you like to bring that up?
Oh, yeah, Trey's foot's hurt. It's hurt. It's a bone bruise, but he's questionable for the next
He'll
game.
probably try to tough it out. If I had to guess.
I think he's totally going to play, but I don't think he'll be what he is.
No.
I don't think he'll be able to drive with contact.
Yeah, I think he'll try to probably shoot more.
So I'm cashing in the Bucks on.
I don't
making it to the
disagree, man.
finals. But props to the Hawks because nobody thought you were going to make it here. Nobody
Yeah.
thought you were making it past New York. So
Absolutely.
good on you.
Good on you.
Is that people say that, right?
I think so.
What does that mean?
Good on you.
Yeah, I think that's a
Like, good for you.
yeah. I think
Like,
that's
I wish good on you.
yeah.
maybe?
I mean, I need to know what that means. I just said it. You should never say things you don't mean on air. Good on ya. Okay. Okay, it's a term Aussies use to express a job well done. Aussie slang.
Aye, good on you,
For
mate.
thanks or any other gratitude. Good on you, mate. I knew you'd hit the target.
Hey, good on you, mate. That's
Okay.
a good one, mate.
Okay, so I'm good. I'm happy with that. So good on ya to the Hawks, Atlanta, and congrats to Giannis on, hopefully, if mark my words, but finally making it back, to the
To his
finals.
first NBA finals, yeah.
Wow, Giannis, he deserves this. He's been,
I think so.
I think
yeah.
I love Giannis. So, but then the other side's where it's interesting. The Clippers won last night, Monday, so it's 3-2 Suns now. Suns got to tough out one more. I think they will, but playoff P's back
Yeah.
out of nowhere.
I thought he was pandemic P.
Didn't we all?
Didn't we all?
And now he's back all of a sudden. I think,
And where's Kawhi?
Kawhi is, he's banged up. He's this, he's that. Kawhi, you're one of the best in the league. Your team needs you, man.
They need you. So,
but
we'll see.
I understand Kawhi.
Who do you have there?
Kawhi's in. I've got the Suns.
I got the Suns in 6, baby.
Okay, but I think the better question that we need to be talking about is, I think the Suns. Let's say Suns Bucks.
Suns Bucks. Okay.
What do you got?
That's
How
our
many?
picks.
I think that's a 7-game series.
I think that's absolutely a 7-game series, and I think the only way it's not a 7-game series is if someone like Giannis gets hurt.
True, but I think there is a small chance. I think there's a small chance the Bucks actually take a big lead. I think there's a chance. I think there's a chance that either team could blow out each other, or it's going to be really close. I think it's going to be really close, but
I think it's going to be a 7-game
it's
series.
unpredictable for me, man.
I hear that.
It's unpredictable.
Yeah. I hear it.
Which I love because we haven't had a finals like that in a
Exactly.
while.
I think it's first time in probably 10 years, I think. Since 2008 or 9.
Which
that,
finals are you referencing? Celtics back on Celtics.
No, it would be the first time LeBron was in, and then every year after it was LeBron or Steph.
Right. So the first LeBron finals was the 2007 finals between the Spurs and Cavs. And
it's after that though. It's after that. It would
No,
probably
that was
be
the year the Spurs.
2011.
That was
It would
the
be
year the Spurs
2011.
won.
So 2011 to 2020, it was either LeBron or Steph in the finals.
Right, that was Heat Mavs was 2011.
Yeah. And then consecutively after that, it was either LeBron's team or Steph's team.
Dude, I forgot that the Mavericks won that finals.
Mavericks were good, man.
They
were good.
Prime Dirk. Well, actually, end of career Dirk almost. That was end of prime Dirk.
Yeah.
Shout out to that guy.
Yeah. Legend.
Yeah.
Legend.
So anyway, that's kind of where we're at with NBA.
Yeah.
I think it's shaping up to be a great finals, and I'm really excited for it because I've been missing that for sure. So
Absolutely.
segueing,
Little segue.
we're gonna talk a little bit about. So we did that Instagram live 2 weeks ago about
the sticky stuff.
Yeah, about the foreign substances in MLB pitching.
Yep.
So we saw that guy on the Mariners, Hector Santiago, got his 10-day paid vacation from Rob and Company.
Yeah, from Mr. What should we call him? Don Rob. What's his last name? Don Manfred. That's what we'll call him.
Don Manfred.
Don Manfred. He got his 10-day paid vacation for cheating. So
Yeah, that's
where
get
we're at
in
in the MLB. If
Yeah.
you want to see our coverage on that initially, you could check that out on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's a good live, guys. I'd actually recommend that. I talk about some of the people I've discussed with.
You
on
talked
that
to a
stuff.
former manager.
Yeah, Jeff Bannister. I actually had the chance to chat with him, which was sick.
Yeah.
So definitely check that out. He used to manage the Rangers back in the early 2010s.
Yep.
So
So that was really cool. Check
Yeah.
that out if you want. But
Max was talking to me earlier about the Scherzer thing. if you
I
wanted to
loved
get
it. I
into
was
that.
watching that game actually, and they just checked him the first time, and he's kind of like, "Guys, I'm not stupid enough to do this." He was annoyed. And then every time they would do it, he would get consecutively more pissed. And then out of nowhere, and I want to say the third or fourth inning, Joe Girardi of the Phillies asks the ump mid-inning to check Scherzer after he had just struck someone out.
I know.
And it's if you're going to implement these new rules, why the fuck are you letting managers still ask umpires to check?
Yeah,
it makes
I don't know
zero
about that.
sense. And then I also saw this thing the other night where a player was pitching, like a team was getting blown out and a player was pitching, and they checked the player.
Yeah, I don't like
It's
that.
like why would a player cheat? The players don't do that. You know what I mean? It's the pitchers. So why are you checking the position players who are coming in to pitch because they're getting blown out? It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't know, and I just think it's all too much right now. I don't like it because there's a difference between. I keep saying
It was too fast.
There's a spectrum that they're not taking into account. There needs to be something to help the pitchers. Rosin is there, which is a good tool, but there's a difference between sunscreen and there's a difference.
Sunscreen and rosin and fucking spider tack.
Yeah, there's a spectrum.
There's a spectrum. You've
So-
probably got like pine tar probably in the middle there.
Yeah.
Which is like the probably most common.
And that
You
stuff's
got-
pretty sticky.
Then you got like some people were using like bong water, like bong residue, which
Really?
apparently is super sticky. Yeah. And then you got people using all kinds of stuff. People like concoct their own things, find what's sticky. Vaseline, but that's slippery, really. You're not getting a grip.
Yeah,
from
no, but that like
Vaseline.
that makes the ball move in mysterious ways, though.
Yeah, but
People
that's not
have
what they're-
used that before.
That's not necessarily what they're looking for anymore.
Right, but that's still cheating. That's still an
No,
an
absolutely,
unfair
but-
advantage.
But when you don't have control of it, you can't control the RPM.
Yeah, my thing is like there can be something, but just like don't let there be an unfair competitive
Exactly. I feel like it
advantage,
should be something,
you know.
like we said on the Next Woman Up pod when we talked to them about it. There should be something universal across the board. Everyone can use. That's it.
Right. I saw Garrett Richards on the Red Sox, but ever since the
Yes,
ban came
I saw
out,
this too.
he like isn't allowed to do whatever his thing was anymore because he had a thing. I don't know what it was, but yesterday I saw him stick his whole arm in the ice tub, and then after takes it out when it's really cold and his arm is completely soaked with water, and then starts putting rosin all over his arm.
Huh. Yeah, I saw this. I forget what it was. I think it was a tweet of his RPMs, like post rule and pre rule, and like it's way down,
Yeah.
way down.
Yeah.
And this was like one of his first good years in the majors. You know,
Yeah.
like he was okay, but prior.
Richards?
Yes.
Yeah, he was.
He was like so prior.
He takes a lot of heat on the Red Sox. The Red Sox paid him like $10 million, and he's come in and he's struggled. He's had some good appearances and
he's had some really bad.
and some really bad ones. He
Yeah.
lets up a lot of home runs.
Yeah.
And
I
especially
mean, he let up
early.
3 the other night
Yeah, so
in the first 2 innings
yeah,
against the Royals.
he did. You're not wrong about
So
that.
I get the criticism. I'm with you on Richards. I've been getting into baseball
I think he's
a little
I
more.
think he's a
I'm
good
with you on
5
him.
for the Sox. I think he's a good 5.
I just feel like you can't use him all the time. You know,
Yeah,
like he might be a 5 that you use in the rotation every other.
yeah. No, I'm okay with them still giving him chances because the Red Sox bats have been backing up
Oh
all
yeah,
their pitchers
Oh,
so
yeah.
well. So
they're playing well. They're playing well.
yeah,
So, guys, this was
Yeah.
a fun pod.
yeah,
It was great to be back.
it was.
We got so much stuff coming over the next couple months, weeks. We got some stuff coming in the near future. That
Yeah.
we'll announce soon, and then we got some stuff that's a little later on that we'll
Yeah.
announce even later.
Not gonna give too many details, but look out for something coming. You know, maybe a little more baseball involved, a little, you know,
A little hockey, maybe
Something
some
else-
other
so-
sports.
so, yeah, and it's not on this podcast.
So, we got some awesome stuff in the works. Be sure to subscribe.
Follow the Instagram, subscribe to the YouTube.
Oh, one more thing.
Look at the merch.
Look at the merch.
The merch is cool.
And then because we have many things in the works and we not primarily, we make zero money from this. We are starting a Patreon. So, I'm sure many people are familiar with Patreon. We're going to figure out what perks you get for subscribing to our Patreon in a video that we'll post on YouTube and Instagram, just explaining that completely. But just wanted to bring it up at the end of this one. We're going to have a Patreon where you guys can donate every month, and you guys are going to get some perks that everybody else won't be able to get. And this is just going to help us continue to grow, continue to get better equipment,
Yeah.
continue to grow as a podcast. And
Right.
As a,
Yeah, we need some help,
Yeah.
especially right now, especially so like, and it's like, it'll be worth your while.
and it'll
trust
be
me.
very cheap too. It'll be like $2 a month.
Yeah, like $2
very
a month.
cheap.
And what you get is you'll get like first access to episodes.
Yeah, like a day early.
You'll get videos only on Patreon that like other people won't get to see, like mad funny stuff, like behind the scenes, like footage that like maybe can't go on YouTube or something like that.
Exactly.
Like some good ass stuff that like you won't want to miss. So it's kind of just like, are you a real one in terms of Washed Up Sports Pod? If so, if you like this, then
And you want to help us keep on growing, then
Right.
check out the Patreon.
Right.
We're gonna get that up and running.
right.
over the
I think
next-
it'll be fun, and I
over
just
the
think
next
it'll be.
couple weeks.
I think it'll be fun for you guys too. It's like it's better and more content, and like premium content.
premium.
You know.
I like that. All right, guys. Thanks so much for the support as always. We really appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for listening, guys. I'll see you next week. Had a blast today, so hopefully I won't be congested next
hopefully
week.
you feel better next week.
I will.
I mean, I know you feel fine now, but hopefully you sound.
You know, this
better
was kind of
next
like the
week.
Jordan flu game.
A little bit.
You
It
know?
was
This
Evan's own flu game.
Yeah, I had flu game today, you know, but what did Jordan do in the flu game?
He won.
I'm a fucking winner,
He's a winner.
you know.
With that, we'll get out of here.
All right, guys, take care.
Peace out. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate your support. If you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps us grow and helps in the algorithm on YouTube and Instagram. So be sure to follow us there as well. Also, check out our latest episode right here. See you guys next week. Peace.